Welcome to the month of June. We are still on the unit of percentages. So today my goal is to do a little bit of a recap or review for you of word problems because many students had trouble with word problems last week. So let's look at this first one. 38% of animals at a dog and cat rescue center are cats. What percentage are dogs? Okay, so we know 38% are cats. We know there's a certain percentage that are dogs. And we know all together we're looking at the percentage of cats and dogs. When we look at a percent and we're trying to find the total, it's always going to be 100% because percent means out of 100. So think of this as a bar model where the whole bar is worth 100, 38% is cats, and the other percent is dogs. Here, 62% are dogs because we take the whole 100 and we subtract 38. All right, now let's try a new word problem. In a survey of 100 people, 6 people did not know how to ride a bike. Which percentage could ride a bike? Once again, this is another part whole bar model that we're creating. So 100 people altogether, that 100%, 6% of them did not know how to ride a bike. The rest did know how to ride a bike. We know the total and we know one part. So we need to subtract to find the other part. 100 minus 6 gives us 94% of people being able to ride a bike. Now in this problem, we're able to use the word percent because the total number of people surveyed was 100. And once again, percent means out of 100. In a group of 50 children, 11 cannot swim. What percentage can swim? Ooh, now look, this problem is tricky. In this problem, we have a total group of children, which is 50 children. And a part of those children, 11 cannot swim. So we know that the other part of those children, 39 children, they can swim. But the question asks us, what percentage can swim? So we need to use equivalent fractions to make this out of 100. If we have 39 out of 50, how many do we have out of 100? Well, to get from 50 to 100, we multiply by 2. So we need to multiply by 2 on the top of our fraction as well. We take 39 and multiply by 2 to get 78% can swim. Now, some of you might have thought that answer was 39%. But remember, it was actually 39 out of 50. And percent means out of 100. So if we have a fraction where the denominator is not 100, we need to use equivalent fractions to multiply and show an equivalent fraction where the denominator is 100, so we can easily turn that into a percent. These were some examples of word problems. Whenever you work on a word problem, be sure first to step away from the problem. Separate the partial quantities and the whole quantities. Make a bar model to show what you know and what's missing. And then do the operation that's required to find any missing information before you apply that information to the problem. We always have to make sure we answer the question the problem actually gives us. That is going to make sure that we are precise in our answers. Tara has 20 apples, 14 of them are red apples. You guys have seen this problem before. Remember that when we are doing a fraction out of a number that is not 100, we're using these equivalent fractions. So we had 14 out of 20 on our left side. And here we've decided to multiply by 5, because 20 times 5 is 100, to find the fraction over a denominator of 100, or out of 100. And then we can find the percentage of apples that are red. Once we find that percentage of apples that are red, which is 70%, we can also subtract from the whole to know those apples that are not red. So if 70% are red, 30% are not red, because 70 plus 30 equals 100, and percents are always out of 100. All right, we've also seen this problem before. When we needed to work out the percentages here, we had to think about the whole as children. So 100% of people in the room are children. Some of those children are boys, and some of those children are girls. The total number of children is 25. There's 7 boys. So we can say 7 out of 25 is how many out of 100? When we multiply 25 by 4 to get 100, so we need to multiply 7 by 4 to get 28%. 28 out of 100, or 28% of the children in the room are boys. In order to get the percentage of girls in the room, now that we know the percentage of boys, we just use that part whole bar model. So imagine your bar model with 100%, the whole thing are children. 28% are boys. That missing percentage is girls. So we need to subtract from 100 to find the percentage that are girls. And that is the work of how we do that. Now it's your turn to complete the assignment on your own. Be sure that you're underlining keywords. Be sure that you're setting up partial and whole quantities and using those rectangles to draw bar models so you know to look for missing information before you apply everything you know to solve the question given in the problem. Finally, check your answer and make sure you're really answering the problem that is asked. Good luck!